And we are live. Hey guys, I'm Wolfie, and today we're going to check up on some injury news because, of course, there is, because God hates us. God isn't a 49ers fan, and he's like, guess what? We're going to strike you down with more injuries. Realistically, though, we'll get into that in a second. But injury report there. Then we got the weather situation happening. There's a little video on it with a fan reacting to it. It's like a 4-minute video. I know that some people don't like talking about the weather. Trust me, it's kind of boring talking about the weather, but it's actually crucial to this situation. So we're going to check out a video on that. Again, it's only like a 4-minute video, so try to bear with me just a little tiny bit, okay? All right. Let me go ahead and get my live up real quick. I got to get the chat up, so that way if you guys say anything, I see it. I got the chat going. All right. There's that. Okay, so then there's the weather thing, and then we're also going to check out Brock Purdy's interview too. That was on Thursday. We haven't got to it yet, so we do have time today because nothing too much has happened other than just the injury news that we get to. And then we'll jump into Kyle Shanahan's interview today that he had, and that will be everything. So we got 3 videos, a couple articles to talk about, and that's about it. Move on. Papa J in the house. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. So, to everyone who watches this stream, people are watching now or later, please like the live. It helps me out a lot. It helps me grow, helps me blossom into a beautiful butterfly of 49ers news and content and opinions. So we'll do that. There's that. All right. Let's go ahead and jump right into the injury report so we can just get everything just right out of the way, just right out of the gate. You know what I mean? Just come out of the gate, get this over with the Band-Aid off because I'm so sick and tired of injuries. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I haven't covered the 49ers as much as I do now, so I may not notice it as much, but it seems like I don't, compared to last year, I don't think there's been this many injuries, this many freaking out of the norm, constant injury list. I know they're day-to-day, so they're not serious, but still. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into that. Let me take a drink of water real quick. Got mad cotton mouth right, guys. Sorry. Mad cotton mouth. I've never seen so many injuries in my years of watching the 49ers. It definitely seems like that. Okay, so I'm not alone. It just seems so consistent. Like all the time something new has happened. Usually you hear about an injury throughout beginning of the week, like a Monday or a Tuesday, and they're like, okay, that's the last of it. Nah, man, every week something new with this team. Luckily, we got depth, and we'll talk about that depth as we talk about the injuries. Chris Conley is doubtful. Most likely will be out because guess what, Papa J? Trent Taylor's back. He's been called up from the practice squad, so most likely Chris Conley is going to be out, and what's his name? Jacob Cowing is probably going to be out as well because he has a shoulder injury, if I remember correctly. It's his shoulder. Jacob Cowing, yeah, he has a shoulder injury right now currently. Him and Ricky Pearsall have that injury thing with their shoulder. I just noticed that. I just noticed that trend. Doesn't mean anything. It's just interesting that they're both just injuring their shoulders out here. Both rookie wide receivers. So Trent Taylor gonna come into this game. He's going to be our punt returner for sure, without a doubt. So we'll have a Trent Taylor sighting. We'll feel like we're in 2018. Blast from the past moment when we see him play. Trent. Yo, what's good? King of skipping commanders. I know, dude. It just I don't know why. I think it's because a lot of the players after playing the game for so long, a lot of certain players get stuck in my head where I think, okay, that's not the player I'm looking for. And then I realize, wait, no, I do need Daniels. I'll think maybe I need Lawrence. I get them confused. It's just after doing it every single day, converting from the Jags to the Commanders has been difficult. I've had to redo the challenge multiple times just because I've messed up like that. But I was having such a good start that there's no way I was going to abandon that one. Day 4, there's no way I was going to abandon. I was like, okay, I got 4 of them, I think, within under 20 seconds. It happened very fast. And even though I messed up, I wasn't going to let it slide. I was not going to start over. So that was day 4. Came pretty close, man. Usually Eckler always shows up. So that was kind of weird. Eckler was hiding from me in that game that time around. He's going to do Commanders for a while. So dude, I was like, day 4, dude, it's all over. I was like, yes. I was like, move on to the next team because I want to get all 32 teams before the end of the season, of course. So, so let's go jump back into the news, of course. But that was a bit, definitely, hopefully get the Commanders going. So, Gross Matos is out. He's on IR. He's not out for the rest of the year, so that's not, the end of the world when it comes to him. Luckily, we have Clea Davis coming back in. He could play on the inside with Hargrave out. Now that we have Clea Davis, we also brought up T.Y. McGill. Dude's been fighting for a roster spot. He has shown potential. Let's see if he could play good and play to his potential, because we know that he flashes every on and off. And since we now have Evan Anderson, T.Y. McGill, Clea Davis, Collins, and Givens, and Jordan Elliott. So we got to, honestly, even with Hargrave gone, I'm pretty confident in our D-tackle situation. So with Gross Matos out, because he does play inside sometimes, it's good to have Clea Davis back and T.Y. McGill to fill in that spot. However, the edge still becomes thin because Gross Matos, even though he played inside, he also played outside. He was backup to Nick Bosa and Leonard Floyd on each side. Luckily, we still have Nick Bosa. Luckily, we still have Leonard Floyd, even though he's been an absolute ghost. Don't know if he's even has a sack, to be honest with you. Absolute ghost. But then we got Bill Jr. in the background. So we're most likely to have Kevin Givens play on the edge or something else, because I don't even think we have another D end to really come in. So we're probably going to have Clea Davis or Kevin Givens come in and play D end. So if it was day 4, I would have cried all my comments from Hey, man, that means it's more power to the Commanders, man. More power to the Commanders. I would like them a lot more if we got it done faster. I would totally like it a lot more, not gonna lie to you. But yeah, so Gross Matos, huge loss. But at the same time, I feel like that injury from Gross Matos was a carryover from the preseason because he did hurt his knee, and it was supposed to be a week-to-week injury. I'm willing to bet that Gross Matos has been dealing with this injury for a while now, and he's been dealing with it for the past 4 games, and that Clea Davis coming back allows Gross Matos to take a break and go on IR. I truly think that's what happened there, because if we didn't have Gross Matos and we had the thin depth at D-tackle, that would be really bad, and it would really hurt the team morale too. So glad that we got Clea Davis back. Glad that we're bringing up T.Y. McGill. Hopefully Gross Matos gets better. It's not a season-ending injury, okay? It's just a knee pains or whatever it is. Haven't heard too much about the injury itself. Just know that it's a knee injury, and that it's not season-ending. So Gross Matos should be coming back. Next up, George Kittle and Fred Warner. They're all questionable to play, but I do expect them to play. If the game turns out to be a blowout, it's going to be Fred Warner is probably going to come out whenever if it's a blowout. Fred Warner's going to come out, and Bethune, the 7th-round draft pick that we got, that we all love, made the 53-man roster that we were all shocked to see. He gets a chance to play. I really do hope we blow out the Cardinals because I really do want to see him play. But if Fred does get hurt, he's not going to play. It's going to be Bethune because I can't remember who else is hurt right now. Flanagan Fowles is out, and he was the Mike linebacker behind Fred. So with him out, it's going to go ahead and go. It's going to come down to Bethune, who we're all excited to see as a 49ers fan. I'm sure every 49ers fan is excited to see. Why did we keep him over Jalen Graham? And other players as well. It was really shocking. I'm not going to lie to you. It was super shocking to see Bethune still on the team after cuts. So hopefully we see what he can perform, see what he can do. Next up, D. Winters should play. Same thing with Jordan Elliott should play. Flanagan Fowles, obviously, he's out. He's out for the game. He's not out for the rest of the season. He's just out. Kevin Givens, tricep injury, full participating pass should play. Hufanga should be playing too as well. Same thing with the Fred situation. I feel like if Hufanga is not up to speed, or if he's getting burned, or if they really just want to give him a couple plays here, take a load off of him, they're gonna throw Malik Mustafa in there. So even though Hufanga played with full participation in practice, I truly believe we're gonna see Malik Mustafa in this game along with Bethune. Next up, you got Trent Williams just resting. He's fine. He should play. Hopefully, he's back up to speed. According to the offensive line coach, Forrester, he says that Trent Williams hasn't really been doing anything in the offseason, and he just started working out and getting into football shape when he came back. And it's like, oh, he's just got this genetic thing. Well, clearly it's a mess. It's 36 years old. It's caught up to him a little bit. I don't think he's bad. He's not playing terrible. So there is a positive to that. but he should be playing better. Okay, and hopefully that happens from this game from Cardinals, Seahawks, Chiefs. We'll see. But good to see that Trent Williams is not hurt, and he's just in his full participation in practice. And yeah. Next up, Clea Davis. Obviously, we just got done talking about him. Kyle Juszczyk, who had that funny ass burn on Grant Cohn. Not gonna get too much into it, but I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was like, hey, I want to get my point out about the NFL allowing interviews in the locker room while making a joke, because it was a joke. You know, I thought that was cool. Isaac Yiadom obviously has a thigh problem, limited practice, did not participate, most likely won't play, but not concerned. That means Green is going to be the third corner. So once again, we're going to see more rookies. I'm excited. I'm really excited about this game. I am super excited about this game. So, oh, I didn't do this, by the way. Samuel, welcome to the stream. Jay, what's up, bro? How you been, man? He says, I've been great, dude. I hope you've been fantastic as well, man. I hope, you know, the 2-2 record isn't bringing you down too much, but from the sounds of Grant is having a hard time with it. Did I laugh at that? Did I laugh at that? All right. Isaiah Adams, this is going to be on the Cardinals side. This is kind of important news, especially for Nick Bosa and Leonard Floyd. Their offensive tackle, Beacham, is not going to be playing. Neither is their kicker, Matt Prater. They're going to be out, and so they're calling up players from the practice squad, Charlie Heck and kicker Chad Ryland. Honestly, I'm expecting Nick Bosa or Leonard Floyd, whoever is going up against these guys, going up against Charlie Heck, I expect them to have a field day. I truly do. I expect some sacks or some pressure from whatever side this dude is on. Because you got Nick Bosa, one of the highest paid non-quarterback players out there, and you got Leonard Floyd with 10 sacks, and he's been a ghost, and we need to see him. This is the game to bring him back. So McBride had a concussion, their tight end, and was supposed to be back, was feeling kind of healthy, but apparently he popped up with a rib injury today, so that means he might not play. I think that's just a tactic. I think they're just saying that. I think McBride plays. I think it's just putting out there, oh, he's still got an injury. It's a rib injury. And I think that rib injury is going to disappear is what I think is going to happen. And he's going to play is what I think. So that is the injury situation with the 49ers, who they called up. They called up Trent Taylor. As I said, they called up T.Y. McGill, two players I'm excited about. I know Papa Jay is excited about Trent Taylor. I know he can catch the ball. I trust him back there. He's not going to take it to the house, but Trent Taylor will catch that ball confidently. And that's what we need. Okay, because Ronnie Bell can't do it. Ronnie Bell can't do it. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump over to the boring-ass news. For obviously, Gross Modus went on IR with a knee injury. Cowling is most likely out with the trailer up. Fowles is out. Yiadom is most likely out, and so is Connolly. Fred and Kittle should play. So that is your injury report. And all of these will be confirmed probably 90 minutes before the game starts. But most likely, everything I told you, this is probably going to unfold. I'm confident in that. So maybe like one or two might be wrong, but even then, I'm stretching it, I feel like. So, all right, let's jump over to the next thing. We're going to jump over to the weather. You know that thing we love talking about all the time when we walk by people, go to the cash register, go to the barber, anywhere you go for casual conversation. We're about to make this a talking point. The weather. Talking about the weather. All right. I'm fine with 2-2. Hopefully easy win against the Panthers. Yeah. What is your team? Do you mean the Cardinals? I thought your team was the 49ers. So these are the injuries right here. They just have cornerback Garrett Williams is out. Isaiah Adams is out, their guard, and then that's about it. That's all they confirmed. So Bears, 2-2. Yeah, you should beat the Panthers, man. Then again, Andy Dalton is playing pretty good. It seems that Bryce Young may have been the problem because Bryce Young, the Red Rifle, whatever his name is, playing pretty good. So it just depends. You guys have a great defense, though. The Bears have an excellent defense. I'd be rather confident in the defense. As long as you stop that offense on the Panthers, you slow it down to maybe 14 points. If you could keep them to 14, 17 points, I think you guys can win that game. But if they get more than 20 points, I'm not confident. Even with that Panthers defense not being very good, I still am not confident in the Bears offense because they're not clicking whatsoever. They have big plays here and there. They have garbage time touchdown plays here and there, but nothing consistent with that team on offense. So it really just depends what Caleb Williams does and the offensive coordinator does for the Bears. So, but I root for the 49ers. Nice. That's good, man. It's good. Hey, sometimes I root for the Bears. Yeah, if he doesn't get pressure on him, he's a good QB. Yeah, he's got talent. He's a good he's like a Joe Flacco, you know? He's got that good backup. If your quarterback's not playing good, I can come in and win some games for you kind of quarterback. Yeah. It's going to be hotter than sweaty balls. It's going to be hotter than the ass crack of a construction worker at 110-degree weather. That is how hot it's going to be. It's going to be like playing in that, okay? So the 49ers, most likely, the weather is going to be roughly somewhere around 98 degrees in San Francisco, which is, for San Francisco, for people who are acclimated to that, which these players are, is fucking hot. That is like, for me in Southern Cali, that's like it being 110, 115 and playing outside. It is brutal. So that may affect the play. That may affect the, like, because if you really think about it, imagine doing something in extreme heat. Like, put yourself in those shoes, doing something that you working. Not only that, working at extremely adrenaline, high pace, high octane situations. There's going to be a lot of penalties. I think there's going to be a lot of penalties. I think a lot of people are going to be irritated. I think some people are going to get more exhausted than most. This game may be a fluke and maybe an outlier, I should say, in some aspects, because the weather is going to affect this game. And it may very well affect the players and how they play. So if you take away the heat aspect, I truly think the 49ers win this game, no doubt. No doubt in my mind. But Arizona is used to playing in extreme heats. And I think that this kind of weather is going to affect players. Maybe not all of them, but enough to where you'll notice a little bit. Maybe you have more penalties than usual, more frustration than usual. Just being real with myself. Just be real with yourself. Like, working in the heat fucking sucks, and it makes everyone pissed off. Okay? It just does. And that's what I see happening with this game. So let's go ahead and jump. Don't talk about the weather. It's a big factor. I have to. It's a big factor. Trust me, I had to edit a video last night, and I talked like 3 minutes about the weather, and I was like a minute and 30 seconds in, like, Jesus Christ. That's like, this is the most unentertaining thing I've ever fucking done. But it's part of the situation, and I have to. So here we go. So let's keep talking about it. All right, so San Francisco 49ers, if they could switch to white uniforms this week against Arizona Cardinals, given the expected hot weather Sunday, they would. As head coach Kyle Shanahan explained to reporters, got the memo earlier in the week, it wasn't going to be hot like this. We asked on Monday, and we weren't allowed to do it. You had to do it before the season started. In order for us to do it, we got to make a conscious decision or commitment before the year, that we wear all white until the middle of October and then go to normal. But it's not usually this hot, man. That's what it says. It says, not usually this hot. So, got the Cardinals are more used to this heat than 49ers. Exactly. 98 in the fall. Yes, it's brutal in San Francisco. That's going to be crazy. The weather is going to be red jerseys with white pants is what the 49ers are going to wear. They will wear the throwbacks to get as much white as possible in that combination. So we're going to see a new combination then? Or have we always had that combination? I think it's different. All right, the high temperature in San Francisco Sunday is expected 99 degrees, leading to an excessive heat warning and up from a daily average of 78. What? It is normally 78 degrees around this time? Oh, that is crazy, dude. When I was on the East Coast, that was such a big deal being in Tampa Bay and things like that. You always want to wear those whites early in the year, Shanahan said. Didn't have to worry about it that much out there. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. It's going to be super hot. But if you thought the weather news was done there, I got a video on it. Yeah. Not giving up on that casual conversation starter. I'm helping you guys out because you know what? When you go to the grocery store today or tomorrow, or whatever you do, when you go out and you talk to someone like in a acquaintance or someone you just pass by, I'm giving you content to talk about that stuff because we all talk about weather, right? We go, hey, how's the weather? How's it going? Great, man. Oh, the 49ers game's going to be hot. Oh, it's going to be hot. Yeah, I heard about that. Boom. Boom. You're welcome. So let's jump right into this. I'm trying so hard to justify this shit. All right, here we go. They need to change that rule for safety reasons. Yeah, definitely. You think they would bend that rule, but I feel like another team would use that. I don't know. I guess they do have to stick to the rules. It's very important to do that, but you're right. It is such a safety hazard.
The 49er faithful are going to be sweating it out too in their red and gold this weekend. It'll be around 95 degrees at kickoff Sunday in Santa Clara. 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan says he asked the NFL to let them wear all white uniforms, but they said no, telling him they have to plan any uniform changes at the beginning of the season, despite them having no way of knowing what the weather was going to be like at the time. But the league did end up making a small concession to give the players at least a little relief.
Yeah, they'll let us do our throwbacks, just alternate it with other ones. So we'll get as much white on as possible. And the most we possibly can do is white pants.
Sam in the house.
Hopefully it helps a little.
Well, Shanahan, they added that they're going to have extra IVs on hand for players before, during, and after the game to make sure they stay hydrated. So that's what the team is doing to cool off this Sunday best they can. How about the fans? We sent our Kelsey Thorne to Santa Clara to find out.
Well, here we go. So my friends.
He's a 49ers fan, so I know that other people wear this, but I think this is the funniest fucking hat I've ever seen. It's just like, we got 5 Super Bowls. In your face shit, and it's just big. It's just, I don't know. I find it weird. This whole helmet thing is just way too big.
49er Mark Castanon is no ordinary fan. He has a wall in his home dedicated to all of his Niners memorabilia, and every game day he dresses up in what has become his signature look.
Oh, you've seen me. The face, it's almost like this. Got the little eye patches, got my hat on. The face is bright 49er red. And I've got my jersey that the Niners gave me, and I wear a kilt. And I'm pretty recognizable.
Mark says he is painted.
All right, guys. So if you guys see this guy on TV right here, this guy in the middle right here, okay. Apparently he's a famous 49ers fan. I've never seen him, but like apparently I'll keep an eye on him. Okay, because hopefully he's shouting, and let's see if he's wearing his red.
His face red for every single game the Niners have ever played at Levi's Stadium. He has season tickets.
I'm in section 225, row 3, so cheer and say hello.
And tailgates before every game.
The 49ers Bay Area Faithful Social Club, 408 Swag, 49ers Tailgate.
But for the first time ever this Sunday,
he's got a social club. He's got his own social club, y'all.
Mark is contemplating not painting his face that signature red.
What?
The reason? The heat.
I was like, you know what? This is going to be, I think, one of the hottest days ever, even comparing to some of the other ones. And maybe I shouldn't paint up.
Temperatures at the stadium could reach the high 90s. Niners officials are warning fans to come prepared.
How dare you? Dare you break tradition? Not him. I'm blaming him. But God, why are you letting this happen, man? Why are you breaking down the fandom? All right. He just wants to wear his red shit, but now he can't because it's 98 degrees.
And stay hydrated. Mark says he's been going back and forth about whether to do the paint.
He said, well, why don't you get one of those little fans and spritzers? But I'm like, no, I can't do the spritzer because then I'll wet the paint and it could potentially drip. And
who in the fuck said that? Who came up with the idea of be like, yo, guess what? You wear the paint, man. Just spray water on your face. Like, yeah, get spray paint. Like, what do you think? He's doing that to his face? What the fuck? Freaking Mother Nature. Yeah. What up, Border Sports? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, but yeah, whoever came with that idea, whoever was like, yeah, just use spray water in your face. It's not spray paint, man.
Well, put some anti-drip stuff, but then that could make me get baked while I'm sitting there for hours.
Mark says it's hard for him.
That's a good point. That is a good point, Papa. Don't worry. His face will be sunburned, so it'll be naturally. That's it. That's all he's got to do. Just go outside during the tailgate, take that shit off, put a coating, like some sort of coating around your chin, right? All the way around your body so you don't get any sun whatsoever, so that when you get a sunburn on your face, it's like having that. You are thinking on a whole new level, Papa J. Whole new level, man. You have an Amazonian mind right now. Okay, tapping it into that Amazonian mind. That's what we're doing.
Him to think of actually going to the game without the paint on. He told us he's not totally superstitious, but maybe.
That is cool. It's a little dried out, but I like it. It's a little, it's dried out, but that kind of freaked me out a little bit. I kind of like it. But it's creepy.
You still feel a little weird without it.
Oh, because it'd be the first non-football or first football game I've never painted up. I've always painted for every game, whether it's away or home.
At this point, Mark says he's monitoring the forecast. Most likely, it'll be a game time decision. Either way, though, he says he's going into the day with a plan.
Probably make sure I have probably 2 waters in between every fun drink. Try to make sure that I can extend the day with lots of hydration and make sure nobody else is getting overheated.
Dude, I tell you what, I'm telling you right now, there is going to be a lot, and I mean there's going to be a long line for the bathroom, okay? You may see a lot of empty seats at San Francisco 49ers Stadium, and it's not because people didn't buy tickets. It's because people need to piss, okay? That's what's going to happen. This dude's bringing 2 water bottles, okay? That is 2 piss sessions right there. The water bill for the 49ers on Sunday is going to be huge, okay? It's going to be whatever it is, like entire LA's worth of water. It's going to be flushed down the drain on Sunday. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Sissy Boy Power Jelly talks smack on Rombo. I know Rombo. I'm familiar with his content. He's got a lot of energy, man. He's got more energy than I do, dude. Like, he brings it. I respect. He is a true 49ers fan. I'll give him that. He loves the 49ers. But I've heard that's the place to talk smack, though, is on Rombo's stream, though. That's the place to talk smack. That's where everyone, like, kind of goes at each other and stuff and, has kind of like a TikTok vibe. I'm not insulting his stream, but it's got like a TikTok gathering vibe. His stream does. But, all right. So that was the weather situation. It's all over, guys. You can wake up now. Okay. The weather conversation's done. Okay. We're going to jump over to Brock Purdy's interview and get inside his mind and what he's thinking towards this Cardinals game. There wasn't a lot of news going on for the 49ers today. So the news cycle is a little bit short. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into some old videos, not old videos, but just like they were on Thursday's video with Brock Purdy's interview. We're going to check out that and see what he has to say. But yeah, the only biggest news that happened today was the call-ups with Trent Taylor, McGill, and then the injury news with Gross Matos going into IR. So the only news is bad news. Unless you're Papa J, because you get Trent Taylor. So you get Trent Taylor. Oh, and be sure to like the live, guys. If you guys watch this later, or to whoever's watched this now, I appreciate it from the bottom of my San Francisco 49ers heart. I truly appreciate that. Like the video. It helps me out a lot. Supports the channel. All right. Okay. Brock Purdy interview. Brock Purdy talks finding a way to win. To win. Trav, you know where the face me. I think Trent's going to have a great day. I think he's going to have a great day too. All he needs to do to have a great day is just catch the ball and not drop it. That's all he's got to do on punt returns. And he's had a great day. 110% agree.
On catch, called back. We've seen what he can do as a ball carrier. What kind of potential does he have as a receiver?
Yeah, I think he's got just good skills with seeing the defense and a good feel. So when he's running these, choice routes and stuff from the backfield, he understands where the quarterback needs to put the ball, and then from there he's able to make plays, man. Obviously, he's great with shedding tackles and making plays after the catch, and the yak that comes with it. And so he's got a lot of potential with it. We just got to continue to grow in that area together and give him some opportunities. But from what we've done so far, even dating back to last year, he's made some catches and stuff last year out of the backfield as well. And so I'm really happy for him. And I know that, we still have to continue to get better together.
The process, you and the running back being on the same page as far as those choice routes and just, having an understanding of where he's going to be.
Yeah. Like you can drop a play on paper, but when everything is live and it's going full speed against another defense and stuff, there's another component of understanding where you need to be and how you need to run your route based off of leverage and all those kinds of things. And especially as a running back coming out of the backfield, that's such a big thing. Obviously, Christian is probably the best in the league to do it. And so for JP to jump in those shoes and try it out and feel it out, he's done a great job. And it's not easy. We've seen some running backs where you really can't do that kind of stuff because we've seen at practice and stuff because it's hard for them to read defenses and all that. But JP's got a great feel. He's a natural and he's got great hands. You have to be able to catch the ball smoothly in transition, and he does that really well. So I'm excited to see what we can do with him.
He's not wrong. I mean, JP Mason is filling in big shoes. And what's really amazing about JP Mason, we have confidence that he can do everything on the field. Not everything as good as CMC, but just like what Brock said, it allows them to use things that CMC does in the game plan because JP Mason got better in the offseason. He went and got a jugs machine. He can now catch the ball. Like Brock said, he's able to kind of read the defense compared to other backs that he has had. Couldn't do that. Couldn't do that at all. He's pretty much telling us that JP Mason adds the element of CMC's game to the game, and I like hearing that. Again, not comparing CMC as the talent to JP Mason, but JP Mason's able to be a running back and a catching back. Why was that hard to say? He's a pass catching back and he's a running back. He can do all those things that CMC can do game plan wise. Probably won't do as efficiently or as good, but my God, thank God JP Mason's able to come in and fill in those shoes at a very elite high rate. So big shout out to JP Mason, man. You are filling in huge shoes and nobody truly is like, where is CMC? No, we're not getting that because JP Mason is doing the things that we see CMC do in the game. So it's like, again, it's no diss to CMC. Like it's not like we don't miss him, but it's like we don't miss him. You know what I mean? If you get what I'm saying.
Offensive, you guys in offense still had a lot of success, obviously, but maybe it looks a little different than it had.
49ers media in the house. What's up, man? Hope your day is good. Hope your lives are great.
As in the past, in terms of pushing the ball down the field more, maybe a few more tight window throws. What are you seeing from defenses that maybe is kind of changing the way you have to go about getting that? And is that something that you think pertains to you guys specifically, or is it just kind of team specific in the defenses that you're facing?
I would say it's more team specific. Everybody sort of has a style of how they play. Minnesota did their zone coverages and everything like that were brought all out. Last week against the Patriots, they did a good job of playing man and funneling everything to the middle. So like there's different themes every week. Obviously they're going to scheme us up and try to do what's best for them and stopping us with the playmakers that we have. But at the same time, I do feel like there may be a theme of, man coverage and try to play one-on-one football. We got that from the Rams. We got that last week at the Patriots. So like we do see it more and more to get man. And so for us, what does that mean? We just got to beat the guy in front of us. And then for me as a quarterback, I got to be accurate with the ball and we got to execute, that's football at its finest. And so I feel like we may see that a little bit more, but at the same time, you never know because every defense has their different style. So hopefully that.
Defenses are
I would say they answer that pretty well. It would be smart. It would be smart for defensive coordinators to look at the Vikings, to look at what the Chiefs are doing, to look at what the Browns did to Kyle Shanahan's system and try to adopt that, especially what the Chiefs did in the Super Bowl, locking down pretty much the receivers and stuff. They're definitely carrying that over, doing a lot more man against Brock because Brock can tear apart zone. Okay, I've seen him tear apart zone. He can throw it over a linebacker no matter how well he is in his zone, throw it right over him into a guy. And he's not wrong. He's got to be more accurate, especially with these wide receivers not being able to separate. When you don't got that many receivers that have the ability to separate, he has to be accurate all the time. And he has been. He's been one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league right now. He's like second in yards or something like that. He's fourth in QBR. My man is performing. Okay, what is he? He's first in yards per attempt, first in air yards, which is before Yak at 1,299. And then he is 5th on pressured completion rate. So every time he throws a ball under pressure, he's 5th in that. All right. That is pretty good. That is elite in my book. Brock Purdy, yes, he needs to be accurate, needs to be better. And they've been doing that for the past few weeks now. And I still see Brock Purdy performing, being elite, still being that great quarterback that I saw. They are taking what is a weakness to the offensive scheme of Kyle Shanahan and pushing it against Brock Purdy, challenging Brock Purdy to be accurate all the time. And not only that, be under pressure consistently all the time. So that's what the defense are doing, man, and they're making sure to try to get all the pressure they can on Brock Purdy to suppress the scheme of Kyle Shanahan and truly putting it in the hands of Brock Purdy.
Purposely like mucking up the middle of the field a little bit more in terms of trying to take away some of the intermediate crossers and things that you've kind of made a living off of for the last couple of years.
No, I 100% agree that they are. I feel like my rookie year and that 2022 season, even with Jimmy, man, we hit a lot of stuff over the middle, and we had a lot of explosives like that and cross-courting plays and getting the ball in the like Debo and BA's hands, and then they break it one tackle and they're gone. And so I feel like we do see a lot more help and stuff in the middle of the field for sure, but at the same time that opens up other things and avenues and areas for us to get better and attack. And so some defenses do that, some don't. And so I guess that's something that we've seen over the last year or so, but we have to adjust, man. That's football.
So Brock Purdy is elite. Everyone knows his elite spot is in the middle. Okay. And that's what it seems to me that's what defenses are doing. I think he just kind of told us that, like, hey, they're taking away my strength, and that means there's weaknesses everywhere that I got to take advantage of. And I don't really pay too much attention to his outside throws or anything like that. But I've heard from multiple content creators like David Lombardi, I think, even Larry Kruger, have all said that his weakness is outside throws. So maybe that's what's happening. They're forcing him to not only that, be under pressure, be against the scheme. Brock Purdy also has to face his weaknesses, which I like, because that means he gets better at it or he fails, one of the two. So it's not the end of the world, that they're taking away his strength. That's only the smart thing to do when it comes to defensive coordinators, but hopefully it makes him better on outside throws.
You've made 25 career regular season starts now. Where have you seen or recognized the biggest growth that you've made during that time? And then what's the next step for you to take it into even higher level?
Yeah, I think, over the last year or so, it's been about getting in and executing and doing my job well. And I feel like when I first got in, it was, all right, how can I handle this offense as a whole, just mentally with how Kyle calls it and the language that it is. It's tough, man. And you got to study, you got to be on top of your stuff. And I feel like I've grown in that area for sure. And then I think just for myself, the challenge for me now is, man, how can I continue to have that mentality of having the chip on my shoulder and competing every down in the game for 4 quarters. I feel like when I first got in my rookie year, there was this energy of, hey, I'm a young guy getting thrown in, man. I'm going to just show my guys that I can compete and bring it every down and every play and give our team a chance. And sometimes, like when you play for a long time, you can sort of lose that and get into the mental part of the game of, I need to do this in the game or that in the game. But what it boils down to is, for 4 quarters, man, how can you compete and elevate everybody else's game around you by doing what it takes to win, and that simplicity of it. So I feel like that's still an area that I can learn from and grow and be reminded that that's what football is. So
just excellent answer, dude.
Question. Your teammates, they believe in you. It's clear when they're asked about you and your abilities, but there's this crowd of people that they still want you to make a believer want you to make them a believer that you can do what it is that you can do. Do you ever listen to that kind of stuff and go out in a game and say, watch this, or do you just block it all out?
Yeah, no, I don't, buy into really what people say about me or what they believe about me. Like I said before, all that matters is for me to come in, do my job really well, allow this offense to move and be the machine that it is, and go out and win, find a way to win. And so if we're doing that, people can say all that they want, but if I'm performing for my guys in the locker room and the coaches and in this organization, that's all that matters. And so I continue to hang my hat on that, and that's my mindset every game is I'm playing for these guys right here, no one else. Like obviously our faithful and the fans and everything, but more than anything, man, the guys.
Can small things make a real?
Oh, ew, ads, gross, dude. Disgusting ads. Ugh.
In the locker room that we go to work with every single day, and so you know, that's my mindset. And then obviously if you watch the film and the games, then you see what you see. So
early in the game you hit Brandon on a crosser. It's kind of a deep cross, so it's like fifth play, and the route combination seemed really to make him wide open. What did you anticipate when you were going through that play the night before, and did it shake out the way you thought it would?
Yeah, I mean, they had two safeties split deep. They played cover two. We had a guy on the outside running off a corner and a safety, and then all BA had to do was clear this Mike linebacker going deep in the middle of the field. And so as I'm dropping back, going through my read, I'm like, all right, we got this. If I can get this ball out in front and BA cross that linebacker, we should be good. And so, you know, the night before we have our set of plays that we're going to try to run in the beginning of the game. And I just try to go through every scenario with coverages and stuff of what's my answer if I get this coverage or that. And so with cover two on that play, I was like, all right, if we get this, I just got to get enough time for BA to cross field, and it should be there. And sure enough, it was. So
defense is giving him this season?
I mean, I feel like he's definitely a guy that, you know, when defenses are scheming up our offense, they got to circle 11 and know that if you leave him one-on-one, you know, he's going to be a target at some point in the game. And so they do their best of, you know, clouding, putting a safety over the top and double teaming him and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, for us, that's football. We still have plenty of opportunities for us to be able to get him the ball and stuff. And that's something that, you know, throughout the game plans and stuff throughout the week, we still find a way to make it work. So I know we're going to get him plenty of targets and plays coming. So we're excited about it.
They don't have him circled. Okay, I know he's trying to say he's getting his teammates back, and I know they're being like, "Oh, it's BA. Can't have one right." As of right now, I'm not too confident in that statement. But he's not wrong that he was signed to be that player. He was signed to be that player from last year, who they did circle and had to pay attention to. He's not that guy right now. So that's definitely not happening. But I do, and if you can also hear in Brock Purdy's voice that, hey, we're gonna keep giving to him. I can hear it in his voice, him actually saying, we know that what Brandon Ayuk can be. We know what defenses have to do to stop him. And I'm going to continue to get him the ball so that we can get him going, because at some point he's going to be back. He's going to get the ball, and he's going to make a big play. That's what I took from that.
You kicked more short field goals than you probably wanted to see in the first 4 games. I think you're 50% in the red zone, and last year was like 68. The obvious answer is the best red zone back in the league is not playing. But what other things do you see that you guys can get in the end zone with the kind of frequency you did last year?
Man, I mean, I know it sounds pretty cliche, but I think just the simple executing your job, you know, and everybody doing their part. There's been everybody sort of had their moments in the red zone, including myself, with reads, protection, guys picking up certain guys. And that's what it comes down to, man. It takes 11 guys to do their job really well, and then for us to be on point when it comes to the throw and catch. And so that's what it comes down to. Obviously, I think being able to run the ball in is a huge thing. And so when it comes down to third down and stuff, we just have to execute better in the red zone, and that's what it comes down to. And that's why, you know, we haven't executed the way we've wanted to at our standard, and that's why we've had to kick so many field goals. But you know, everybody just has to do their job. You learn early throughout the season of what it takes, and it's not just given to you down there. Especially down there, everything's tighter. So we just got to be on point and learn from our mistakes and push each other in that area. So
that is a great answer. Why? He could have easily compared CMC and JP Mason. He could have fell into that. He could have easily said, like, oh, yeah, of course, a guy like CMC, blah, 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 which kind of shoots a shot. No, he made it about everyone and said, okay, well, we all kind of made our mistakes. I've made my mistakes. I love the fact that he did not put any comparisons out there and just said, hey, all of us, there's opportunities. It's not just because CMC's not there. It's because we're all making mistakes in this tight window. there's opportunities if one of us just does our job in this situation, is what he is saying. I love that. Absolutely throwing no one under the bus, keeping everyone accountable. Great answer.
Our Juszczyk, maybe more so than most, is really obsessed with like what he puts in his body and health and all that. Is that, I don't know, anything you can speak to as far as, have you noticed that? And to those guys like him and Kittle and Christian, have they influenced you as far as, you know, what it takes to stay in this game for a long time?
100%. I mean, you see the longevity of, Juszczyk, and for how old he is, because he's extremely old. For how long he's been playing, seriously at a high level, and he still looks great and feels.
Wait. He just called me old. He called me really old.
Great, and he's there at every practice and every game and every moment, man. He's there. Juice is there. And so obviously the way he prepares and what he puts into his body is real. Same with George, Christian, Fred, Bosa, like all these guys, man, the best of the best. Every little thing matters. Sleep, hydration, nutrition, those are things that they hone on, and we see it literally every day in the cafeteria of what they put into their body and how some things can make your body inflamed and not recover as fast. And that's why they're eating so clean and stuff. So they're a testament to that. I've definitely learned from them. Obviously, I want to continue to get better in that area and as my career goes on. But he's a testament to it, so he's the best to do it.
In your mic up, you said to Debo after that play that you could have led him a little bit more. What did you see from that play when you were in it, and then afterwards watching the film?
Yeah, I still believe that. If I would have just let him in stride, I think that's a touchdown. But obviously the safety that was in the middle of the field wasn't getting deep, and we had a post on in which Debo ran really well. And, for me, I saw him so open that I didn't want to overthrow him. I did that last year against the Rams. There's some plays where I've underthrown him too, and so I was just trying to get a completion. But in hindsight, man, it's like, man, I got to be aggressive. I got to lead him in stride and trust him more than anything for him to go and make that play. And so that's what I meant by it. So I wish I would have let him, and it would have been a touchdown. But JP finished it either way. So.
And then you confirmed it after you watching the film.
Correct. Yeah, 100%. So.
One more, Brock. After its best start in almost 25 years, care to comment on the unbeaten Iowa State Cyclones?
Oh, yeah. Man, just what Coach Campbell's done over there, what he believes in, all the guys that he's got rallied going. They got really good players. They got a good team, good culture. I'm pumped for them, so I just hope they keep going. I know they will. They're going to compete every Saturday and bring their best. And, man, am I proud to be a Cyclone and see them have their success. So. Thanks, guys.
All right. So apparently his college team is doing well. The Cyclones, the Iowa State Cyclones, apparently doing very well. So, okay, so that was Brock Purdy talking about just pretty much himself. Didn't really talk about anything about the Cardinals game. Just really talked about what is going on with him and how his progression is throughout the year. So it's really this was like a report card, quarterly report card. It's kind of what it felt, and I liked it. Every answer he had was on point. He didn't ramble on. He didn't give you word salad. He actually told you what he saw in defenses, things that he missed, what he could do better, what the team could do better, and he actually gave a detailed account of that. So big shout out to Brock, man, and I hope he continues to be awesome because right now he's balling with the situation that's currently happening. I mean, he has amazing stats right now, while with all the struggles that are going on offense. The 49ers are third in drops currently right now. Third. Okay. Which, to no surprise, if the guys aren't catching the ball, it hurts the quarterback's completion percentage. Okay. And I think it's comp percentage. Do I have it up here? I do not have the comp percentage written down. Fail. But I believe it was still somewhere in the I think it was like 12%. I think he's like 12th in completion percentage. So he's about right there, but he's still throwing it further than everyone else. He's up there with yards per attempt. He's fourth in QBR, first in air yards. So yards are without the yak. He has 1,299 air yards. He's first in that stat. According to 49ers by Chat Sports. I got some information from them. If you guys want to learn anything or whatever, 49ers Chat Sports does a pretty good job of informing you about stats that you don't think about. Give a shout out to Chase Sr. on that one because as of late, he's been a lot more detailed in his work and with the information he gives you. Big shout out because I love stats. Stats and facts, man. They're big to me. And Stats and Facts was Jason you brought quite recently. And it's a big shout out to him. All right. So we're going to jump over to the Cardinals real quick. Let's just go ahead and talk about them. The 49ers defense, them on the run, yards per rush is 4.4. 4.4. And the running backs they've gone against is James Cook. All right. He's not that great. He's good, but he's not that great. Okay. Robinson from the Commanders and Eckler. No offense to Samuel here, but not that great. Kyron Williams doesn't have a very good offensive line whatsoever going on. And then there's this Gibbs and Montgomery. So you could argue Gibbs and Montgomery and maybe James Cook have been challenges, but they're allowing Robinson and Kyron Williams to pop off. Okay. If they're allowing 4.4 yards on average right now, we should be able to accomplish that. We should actually do better than 4.4 yards because JP Mason, in my opinion, is better than all those guys, probably except for Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs is looking pretty damn good. But then again, the heavy running by Montgomery is a good compliment to Gibbs' agileness. So, can you imagine if they would have completed those catches for Brock stats? Would it be right now? Yes, they would be a lot better. I think they'd be a lot better. I think it's like 8 drops. So, yeah, that's that. I think it'll bring up his completion percentage probably up to like 7th or 6th. I wouldn't say like top dog completion percentage, but I think that'll probably bring it up to like 6 or 7, something like that. So anyway, coming back to this, they had third most drops. The 49ers, believe it or not, the 49ers right tackle, Colton McKivitz, according to Pro Football Focus. Okay, this is going to blow your mind. McKivitz is 16th. McKivitz, the dude who gets bullied every week, the dude who was ass last year, the dude who was ass from the last time I saw the first 2 games, okay, didn't do very good, all right? But he is apparently the 16th ranked offensive right tackle in the game. No, not 16th from the bottom. He's 16th ranked. Apparently he's been a stud. And you know what? That could be true. And why could that be true? Because Pooney is playing amazing right now. He's the best offensive lineman currently right now. I think Pooney is helping McKivitz's game, making him better. That's what I think is happening. Because I've seen McKivitz play. I've seen this year McKivitz. I could have sworn that dude's been worse than 16th. Okay, unless other right tackles have been absolute shit, absolute dog water. Like 16th is really high for that dude. He was like 34th or 35th or some shit last year. He was terrible. So, but yeah. Brendel is the real, I agree. Brendel's getting bullied. He's getting pushed around left and right. Kevin Givens is putting him on his ass. He's supposed to be back. I know Kevin Givens is balling out, but still, he's supposed to be a backup D lineman. Brendel is supposed to be a starter. A starter. Brendel is getting pushed around. Pooney is helping out McKivitz, but he can only do so much. He can't go out and help out Brendel as well. Brendel needs to be able to hold his own. Okay? He needs to hold his own a lot better than he is actually now. Because I can't remember what game it was. One of the games this year, he was super embarrassed. Like, they constantly played highlights of him getting – I can't remember what it was. I want to say it was the Vikings game, but there was a game where he was just, like, obviously the worst offensive lineman we had. I can't remember what game it was. But, yeah, Brendel is a problem. Brendel and McKivitz. But, according to PFF, our only problem right now is Brendel. And maybe a little bit of a Wash Trent. But even a Wash Trent right now is playing good. So – yeah, I agree. Brendel needs to go. Brendel needs to be figured out. The next thing the 49ers need to address, 110%, is offensive line. Okay, the next thing that whatever they need to do when it comes to, I don't say like this year, but next year, because we're still gonna have Trent, we're still gonna possibly have Banks. I can see us re-signing him. McKivitz might still be back. I believe he is. Yeah, I think we got a 2-year contract. And Pooney, but Brendel is like I think 33 or something like that. 30. I think it's gonna be 34 next year. Time to go. Time to get a new center. All right, draft one. Okay, I would say draft a right tackle over a center because I still think right tackle's terrible. But Brendel has been taking the crown this year for worst offensive lineman on our team. Brendel is definitely taking that award away and definitely taking the claim as the worst offensive lineman, so we need to get rid of. But he's 33 years old. He's washed. He's getting pushed around. It's time to move on. Maybe even put Zakel out there. Like maybe even see some Zakel. That'd be nice. Or Ben Barch. You know, how much worse can it possibly be when it comes to Brendel? Just terrible. Just terrible. Just terrible. So that's all I got to say about the offensive line. McKivitz has been balling out, apparently. And like I said, I think that's because of Pony. I think Pony is helping out McKivitz. That's what I think is happening. All right. What else? Any other cool facts that I've written down here? The run defense for the Cards, 4.4 yards a carry, which is 17th in the league. Yards per game they're allowing is 146.5, which is 29th in the league. So I'm expecting – and they're allowing 2 touchdowns on average rushing. I'm expecting Jordan Mason to ball out. I'm expecting Jordan Mason to have a touchdown and maybe even a receiving touchdown. This Cardinals defense is absolute shit in the run game, okay? And I think that's where we're going to tear them apart. I think Brock Purdy is not going to throw it as much because he doesn't have to. He shouldn't have to. JP Mason should tear apart this team. Tear them apart. I could totally see him getting 2 touchdowns. I could see him averaging more than 4.4 yards a carry, maybe even more than 146.5 yards himself. All right? I mean, if Kyron Williams, Robinson, and Gibbs, Montgomery, and Cook are balling off or popping off the way they are, I expect JP Mason to do the same because in my eyes, JP Mason, as of right now, is a top 10 running back. He's playing out of his mind. He's filling in crazy shoes of CMC. What else they got? So, the amount of yards that they're allowing, the amount of points that the defense of the Cardinals are allowing on average is 26.5. We are going to score more than 26.5 points. We're going to score 35 points. The 49ers are going to score 35 points tomorrow. And the Cardinals are going to destroy our defense. Our defense is going to be shit, but they're not going to beat us. It's going to be 35-28 49ers. That's what I got. And the reason why I don't have the Cardinals kicking a field goal in this situation is because they actually have a new kicker that they're calling up. And I'm not going to put that much stock into the kicker if the kicker is somebody from the practice squad. So I'm expecting this team to score more than 26.5 points. Yards per game they're allowing is 354. They're allowing 354 freaking points. So that means I got Brock Purdy throwing at least 200 and then having Mason throw and maybe run for more than 100 yards. He'll definitely have more than 100 yards from scrimmage, for sure. And I could definitely see him having way more than 100 yards rushing. So the Achilles heel, I feel like, for the Cards is going to be the run game. Take away their offense by being on the field the longest you can. Because we're dominant in time of possession. It's like one of our biggest things right now. I think we're like 3rd or 2nd or somewhere. We're really high in time of possession right now, which is really big, stopping the high-octane offenses like the Cardinals. Also, according to 49ers by Chat Sports, the Cardinals are scoring their first 15 plays, 22 of 27. They're 22 of 27 for 15 plays past 4 games. Okay. 296 yards, 5 touchdowns when it's scripted, 1 sack and 5 scrambles. That's what happens when it's scripted. When it's not scripted, they are 56 of 88, which is actually a lot. It's like almost double. 530 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 9 sacks, and 5 scrambles. That means as the game goes on, this offense gets worse. So if we start off hot, come into the game hot, take control of the game, get 2 touchdowns ahead, 14-0, heading probably 10 minutes in the second quarter because we're killing the clock with the run game. Hopefully we just got to hold them back early on, and I'm confident in our team to hold that lead. I'm confident in our team, just based on those stats alone, really. So, but I do expect the Cardinals to score points. I do expect them to get more than 20, and I got them scoring 28. I think it's going to be 35-28 Cardinals. Let me know what your predictions are. I would love to hear it. Love to see it. To everyone else who watched this later, I want to hear your predictions as well. And hey, if you get it right, man, I'll give you a shout out. I'll give you a straight up shout out if you get it right. All right. So let me know in the comment section to people who watch this. You know, if you guys get it right, again, I'll give you a shout out. That's, and then of course after that, go get yourself a lotto ticket. So, all right, that is everything. We talked about the call ups of Trent Taylor, T.Y. McGill. Fantastic. Super happy to see that. Trent Taylor, catch the ball. That's all you got to do in punt returns. Kalia Davis coming back from IR, going to fill in as a backup to Jordan Elliott, most likely. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, also, I forgot to tell you guys, the over-under for this game is 50 points. I obviously got this above 50. So if you guys gamble or whatever, you should take my word for it because I'm going to be right. There's going to be more than 50 points scored here. And the 49ers are 7-point favorites. And I got them winning by 7 points. So I don't know how that works when it's even, but that's the odds right now. Also, 9 out of 10 NFL analysts have the 49ers winning this game. Okay, 9 out of 10. So this would be a huge upset if the Cardinals win. And not only would it be a huge upset, it would probably take a dagger to my heart and just rip it out. And I don't know if I'm going to be alive. So losing this game, if we lose to the Cardinals, man, it's the same thing with the Pats, man. If we lost to the Pats, I'd be extremely devastated. I'd feel like our Super Bowl dreams are slipping way further away in like a very significant way. And the same thing I would feel about this game. If we lose to the Cardinals, I feel like we're slipping away. But if we beat the Cardinals and we beat the Seahawks and we beat the Chiefs, we're back. We're back. But until that happens, right now, we are on high alert. Every game matters. Every point is going to matter because we need to get back into form. Okay, we're not looking good. We need to get back into form. So, all right, that's injuries. So I'm going to bounce out here. Thank you so much, Papa J, for coming in. You're an OG. No Border Sports. Good to see you, man. Glad your day's fantastic. Super 49ers Media, always, man. You're a good dude, man. Check out more 49ers Media, guys. He makes good content. Tribe, talk shit to Papa J. I love it. I love the friendly banter. Sam, what's up? MLB The Show says don't talk about the weather. I tried, man. I tried. Okay. Jay, good luck with the Panthers game, man. I hope you win. I have nothing against the Bears, really. So good luck to you, brother. And Samuel, good luck with your command. Hey, your Commanders are hot right now, dude. Super happy for you, dude. I like the Commanders too. They got new ownership, new everything. I'm excited for them. So to everybody who watches this later, sub if you like the content. Okay. Like if you like the video. All love, fam, and I will see you next video.